Sometimes I have people I know ask me a question, what's wrong with it? In the sense of like, what's wrong with something that they're doing that I think we both know underlying that it doesn't help them towards their goal, but maybe doesn't overtly keep them from their goal, but it's also not helping. So, maybe it's like partying every weekend, drinking, other sort of stuff that might sort of make it more challenging for them to get to their goal. It's going to make the road more bumpy. It's going to make it slower. It's going to be a longer route towards the goal. And I'm not saying there's anything wrong with living your life. Like, that I'm a big proponent of the 80-20 lifestyle. So there's nothing necessarily wrong with what they're doing, but I think that's the wrong question. And this is something I heard a long time ago. Eric Thomas said it, and it really resonated with me because I've always believed that. I've always sort of lived by that saying without realizing, without having it verbalized so well. The reason why it came up for him is that he's not someone who drinks and not when someone parties and all this stuff, and he has his reasons. The way his father grew up and all that. He made decisions when he was young to sort of get his life in order, and he didn't want to go back there in any way, from what I understand. And he's not that type of person, right? Now, people would ask him, what's wrong with going out and partying every weekend? And he asked a really eloquent question. He's like, stop asking what's wrong with it and start asking what's right with it. And I personally think that's such a better way to look at things. How is what you're doing helping you to move towards your goal? Remember that question I asked you, the 5 words. How is this working for me? And if it's not working, if it's making your life harder, then there's nothing right with what you're doing. And when you ask me what's wrong with it, I'm going to say it's wrong because it's making your life harder. Like, it doesn't line up. And again, if it's part of 80-20, there's no issues at all. But if you're trying to justify something by saying what's wrong with it, it's the wrong way to approach it. No pun intended. I think most winners, as we call them, people who are successful, are asking themselves, what's right with what I'm doing? What's good about this behavior that's helping me get to the goal? And if they don't have a specific answer, most people are cutting those things out because they want to get to their goal. That goal is important to them. So if you want to be successful, if you want to be a winner, if you want to get to your goal, you need to stop asking what's wrong with what you're doing, and you need to start asking what's right.